Hey, what's going on guys? Adam here and welcome to the channel. The BlockFi card, a place where credit cards and cryptocurrency intersect. And since those topics are what most of my videos on this channel are about, I definitely gotta cover this one. There's been a lot of people talking about it, especially here on YouTube. One of the big names is Andre Jick, who recently came out with a video talking about how it's the best credit card in his wallet. Big fan of him, and I highly suggest checking out his channel if you haven't already. Now, I'm not bashing Andre, so don't flame me, bro, but I disagree with his opinion that the BlockFi card is the best way to buy Bitcoin passively, and I'll tell you why in this video. I also want to fill in some information gaps that could impact your decision. The AMA that BlockFi's CEO and GM of payments did on Reddit reveals a lot about why you'd actually get more Bitcoin using a 2% card and buying it yourself. Now, I'm not saying that he's totally wrong about it and it's a completely useless card. It definitely has its place in the credit card and crypto ecosystems, but it's just not all that it's cracked up to be. And if I sound salty that I can't even get the card right now, that's because I am. I'm very salty. I'm just playing. But if you're chilling in the back half of the wait list with me, it turns out that we really aren't missing out on much. So similar to my other reviews, we will look at an overview of the BlockFi card with a little help from Andre, some key considerations, and at the end I'll give you the verdict on when you might want to use this card. I'll also be comparing it to other cards along the way. If you want to check out my review of the BlockFi interest account, it'll be up here and down below. With all that said, let's get into it. Whoa, what year is it? Is Bitcoin at 100K yet? No? All right, maybe at the end of the year.
What is the best way to earn Bitcoin passively? I think that this is really the best way.
This is the overarching statement I disagree with. I don't think it's a bad way to earn Bitcoin passively, but I definitely would not call it the best way, especially when there's other ways that get you more Bitcoin with only slightly more effort. Also, best is a subjective word. What's best for you might be different than what's best for someone else like Andre. This is why I'll go over alternatives to the BlockFi card like I do in all of my other reviews.
So before we talk about this credit card, I just want to quickly say that this video is not sponsored. I have never taken on a paid sponsorship on my channel. I've been offered a lot of money to, but to this day I've never taken on any paid sponsorship, so this video is no different.
Yeah, same bro. Except the part where they're offering me a lot of money. And the part where I get a lot of them. I've actually gotten a couple of offers, but honestly, I am perfectly happy with what I get from you guys just watching my videos here on YouTube. So big thanks to you watching this right now. Let's get into the benefits of the BlockFi card. All right, so to start out, this is a Visa credit card that works just like a regular rewards credit card. You're buying stuff with US dollars, not crypto, and earning rewards based on your spending. The main difference is that you're getting Bitcoin instead of something like cash or points. So what do you get for using it?
Number one, it features 1.5% Bitcoin rewards on every single dollar you spend.
1.5% back on all purchases is decent. It's the standard rate for many rewards credit cards, on par with the Quicksilver and the baseline Freedom Unlimited, for example. The fact that it's in Bitcoin is nice, but when you can get a card with 2% back like the Double Cash, it's a little less appealing. And chances are, if you're approved for the BlockFi credit card, you can probably also get approved for the Double Cash too. More on that later.
But this way you can earn Bitcoin passively without having to worry about timing the market or buying the dip or even paying fees to any of the brokerages.
All right, time out here. Andre said that you don't pay fees, which is not entirely true. While you aren't paying a visible fee, the GM stated that you are going to be paying that 1% spread BlockFi charges on the Bitcoin you will be getting from the card. So this means that you will ultimately end up with less Bitcoin than if you bought it on Gemini, for example, paying less in fees and using those 10 free transfers per month to get it into BlockFi. If you want to learn more about Gemini, I'll put my review up here and in the description.
For every dollar you spend over 50K, you'll earn 2% in Bitcoin rewards. It's kind of like marginal tax rates, but fun.
You can get 2% back on the BlockFi card like Andre mentioned, but that only comes with a minimum spend of $50,000 per year. Think about that for a sec. That is a metric ton of money. That's almost the average salary in the United States, and that's pre-tax while this is post-tax spending. So yeah, very few of us will ever see that 2% rate. Again, especially when you can get 2% back right out of the gate with zero spending requirements from the Double Cash. Now you might be thinking,
But Adam, either way you get Bitcoin instead of cash, which is way better.
while you do get Bitcoin, the way that BlockFi actually rewards you is not much better than just taking regular credit card rewards and buying Bitcoin for yourself, which I will talk about more in a sec.
Number 3, you get 3.5% during the first 3 months of owning this card. As soon as you activate it, go and spend it because you have 90 days to get that 3.5%. But remember there's a catch because in the fine print it says that this is limited to $100 per person, and that caps you at a spending limit of $2,857.15. After you spend that, your rate falls down to 1.5%.
Like Andre stated, you are capped at $100. This is essentially their version of a sign-up bonus, so think of it that way. This is nice, but the ROI is actually pretty bad if you compare it to other sign-up bonuses from similar cards. To get the $100 and max out the value, you need to spend almost $3,000 in your first 3 months for an ROI of only 3.5%. Compared to the Quicksilver and Freedom Unlimited, where you get $200, which is double the BlockFi cards bonus, after spending $500 in the same time frame, which is about 1/6 of the spending, for an ROI of 40% compared to the 3.5% with the BlockFi card. Now, typically you can only get sign-up bonuses once, so if you've already exhausted the other options, then this is better than nothing. But if you haven't, I highly suggest checking them out. I've reviewed both on my channel and links will be up here and down below. So the sign-up bonus alone is a great reason to get the BlockFi card because
there's no annual fee.
That's right, this card is completely free to get and keep open. They were going to have an annual fee, but they thankfully removed it after so many complaints. There's basically no downside to getting it now, so right off the bat, this gets my seal of approval, if that even means anything coming from some random guy on the internet. The only downside is the card has a massive wait list. It's currently 350,000 people, and I went from 197,000 up to 204,000 somehow. Apparently this guy from the AMA is 105,000 on the wait list, and the GM said that they should get it by July or August, so I'm probably looking at September or October. I don't know, we'll see. I'm just salty that I won't be able to make a video showing it off soon, so I'll just have to improvise. Oh shit, I actually got that.
But I love free. And you know what else is free? Watching cringy magic tricks on YouTube and smashing the like button. Do it for the 8 hours it took me to record the cardistry in this video.
Yeah, same. It definitely took me more than 5 minutes to tape all that stuff to my Sapphire card. I mean, very accurately recreate the BlockFi card with pure magic, so yeah. Smash the like button.
Also, if you're somebody who likes to travel, this credit card has no foreign transaction fees. And as a bonus, one of the coolest things they did with this card is that when you apply for it, your credit score will not be affected until after you get approved.
The BlockFi card also has no foreign transaction fees, but the Quicksilver also has this, as do many other credit cards, so it's not really all that game-changing. It also doesn't affect your credit until you actually have the card because they don't do a hard inquiry until you're actually approved, which is definitely nice since your score won't go down if you're not approved. To be honest, every credit card company should do this, so I will give them that. This is a nice feature.
And the scores you need are anywhere between good to excellent. Now, a good credit score is anywhere from 670 to 739, and an excellent is anything above that, so 740 and above.
That is a little high, but again, on par with the double cash like I mentioned earlier. It's also higher than the Quicksilver and Freedom Unlimited, which you can get at around 600. If you have below 600, I would check out a secured card like Discover's, which has pretty decent benefits, and build your credit that way. I also have a video about how to build your credit from zero, which I'll link up here and down below.
Once you get the credit card, you can actually earn an extra 2% APY on top of your stablecoin holdings paid out in Bitcoin. But there's a catch. And the catch is that there's a maximum payout of $200, which you will basically reach once you hit $10,000 put into USDC. Anything beyond that, you'll revert back to 8.6%, which is still really good.
All right, so like he mentioned, this maxes out at $200 per year. So if you have $10,000 in stable coins, you'll get the full 10.6%. but anything over that goes back to the 8.6% rate. This is another big reason to get the card, especially because there's no requirements besides simply having the card, which actually is not easy because of that freaking wait list. And again, has no annual fee, so it costs you nothing to keep open and reap the rewards.
They're also giving 0.25% Bitcoin on all eligible trades. Now, I don't know what eligible trades means because it wasn't defined in their fine print.
All right, so time out again. We do have an actual definition from Zach, the CEO of BlockFi, who answered this on the Reddit AMA, which, to be fair, it could be more clearly defined on the website. Eligible trades are the following: crypto to crypto, such as Bitcoin to Ethereum, crypto to stablecoin, such as Bitcoin to GUSD, and stablecoins to crypto, such as USDC to Bitcoin. Excluded trades are between US-backed stablecoins, such as GUSD, USDC, BUSD, and PAX. Since their spread/fee is typically 1% and they give a rebate of 0.25%, this benefit is effectively 25% less fees, give or take, since no matter what you trade, the rebate is in Bitcoin. This is kind of similar to what Binance does when paying for fees with their BNB token. But this perk is capped at $500 per month, which requires $200,000 worth of trading per month, which again is a ton of money, so keep this in mind. Free transactions between stablecoins obviously do not trigger this rebate because you could keep converting between stablecoins and getting 0.25% on each trade, creating an infinite money glitch. That would be hilarious and awesome if they hadn't just created one where they gave out millions in free Bitcoin from a bug in their system. Yikes. So this is basically where Andre's video ends, but there are a few key considerations missing, so let's talk about the difference between using this card to buy Bitcoin versus using a rewards from a 2% card like the Double Cash. Again, the AMA that BlockFi's CEO and GM of payments did on Reddit actually reveals a lot about why you'd actually get more Bitcoin using a 2% card and just buying it yourself. The first argument many people have for using the BlockFi card is that you save on fees. So as we discussed, this is actually not true. The GM stated that there will be a trading spread on average of around 1%, which is BlockFi's standard trading spread you get on the platform. This means that you are still paying that 1% fee you would normally using BlockFi's exchange. You could just use Gemini Active Trader and pay 0.35%, and since they cover 10 free withdrawals per month, this essentially means you get more Bitcoin. If you want to learn more about Gemini, check out my review up here or down below. The next argument I've seen is that it helps with dollar cost averaging. While this does help with the automation of it, which is definitely a great reason to get the card, it's not as frequent as you'd think. The GM states that rewards are converted into Bitcoin once a month and deposited into your account. He states the cost basis and tax implications are easier to manage, which is a totally fair point. But if that's what they do, how hard is it to put a reminder in your phone every month to do this yourself? It's not that hard at all. I'll show you how to do it now. All right, so we're in my phone's calendar. You just hit this plus button at the top, title it Buy Bitcoin. Okay, just put it to all day. Repeat is going to be every month. We're gonna set the day to the 1st of every month. You can do it whenever. Then you end repeat never, and alert on the day of the event, and add. Boom. There we go. Easy. Then you just log into your exchange like Gemini with lower fees, buy however much you want, transfer it to BlockFi for free, and boom, there's your dollar cost averaging for Bitcoin. And you'll end up with more than what you get from the BlockFi card. Plus, this gives you the flexibility to buy the dips, which get you even more Bitcoin. On top of that, you also get the flexibility to buy any cryptocurrency you want. With the BlockFi card, you can only get Bitcoin. According to the GM, they are working on a flex plan for this, like they do with interest, but there are no promises and it won't happen until they fully launch the card, so it could be a while until we see this feature. All right, here's the verdict. There's 3 reasons you would want to get this card. First is to take advantage of the 3.5% back in Bitcoin for the first 3 months, capped at $100, which is essentially a sign-up bonus. While the return is pretty low for the amount you have to spend to get it, if you've been churning credit cards and exhausted all your other options, it's better than nothing. Second is for the 2% increase in stablecoin APY from 8.6% to 10.6%, capped at $200 per year. This is solid and basically a completely free perk, but again, it's capped at $200 per year, and you need to constantly hold $10,000 in stablecoins to get that full amount, which is a pretty big chunk. You thought you were going to leave this video without seeing Zeke? Come on. For real though, that's a lot of money, so it's just something to keep in mind. Third is for the ability to completely automate dollar cost averaging into Bitcoin. If you're someone who wants to not have to think about it at all, that is totally fair and I completely understand. But if you're willing to put in a little bit of extra work once a month, you will end up with more Bitcoin by using a higher cashback card, buying on an exchange with lower fees, having the ability to buy the dips, and even have the flexibility to buy any cryptocurrency you want, not just Bitcoin. My honest opinion, the BlockFi card isn't amazing, but it is also by no means a bad card. It definitely has its uses. Yeah, I'm bummed I'm not able to get the card for a while, but realistically, I would not use this over any other card in my wallet after I max out the introductory offer. If you're stuck on the wait list like me, don't sweat it because you're really not missing out on too much besides a cool looking credit card like this guy and bragging rights. Hopefully this video helps you decide if this card is one that you want in your wallet. If it is, feel free to use the link down below if you want, which will put you on the wait list and also get you $10 in Bitcoin. But honestly, you should use someone else's link who would actually use the card and make their day. I hope you have an awesome rest of your day, and I'll catch you in the next one. Take it easy.